So what's up guys, it's Ballbrain today and I'm making a first live cam video. So today's video is going to be a bit more different than the usual ones. So today I've got this PC behind me and we're going to see how much of a difference a new graphics card can make to a PC. So today we'll be testing the Radeon R7 against the GTX 750 Ti 2GB GDDR5 edition. So I'll be swapping those graphics cards in this computer, which has a CPU, which is AMD A8-6500, which is overclocked to 4 GHz, and also has 8 GB of RAM. So the games I'll be testing today are GTA 5, Bioshock Infinite, and I'll be testing Dota 2 just to see the FPS difference between those two graphics cards. So a quick update guys, now that I've taken the graphics card out, the PC's empty, there's no graphics card in it. So I just briefly want to show you the two graphics cards which are right here. This is clearly the GTX 750 Ti. Just to show you with the black at the back, this is what the 750 Ti has, and this is the R7 240, which only has 2 GB of DDR3, which is much slower than GDDR5. Just to make things clear. So now I'll be installing this graphics card and doing the benchmarks on it. So see you in a bit. So guys, it's been half an hour later and the benchmarks are now complete. So I will share my thoughts and opinions with you about the graphics card, especially the R7 240. So I think this little guy performed worse than I thought it would. The results were terrible, and for the price, which is currently in British pounds about 40 or 50, about that, and then the 750 Ti is about 100 or a bit less or a bit more, depending which model we buy. So for that amount of money, you're getting a million times more performance than you would with that little guy. So without further ado, I'll just get straight to the benchmarks. So I will not transition into screen recording because I just can't do it right now. My screen recording software is broken and just doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera with a tripod to the screen and I'll show you the benchmarks. Okay, so let's just take the camera and let's just show you the benchmarks. Let's make it focus. So on the left we have the GTX 750 Ti 2GB GDDR5 model. On the right we have the R7 241. Sorry, this is a bit of a mistake. I'll fix it right now, just so you don't scream at me in the comments. This is a 2GB DDR3 card. So the first game I played was GTA 5. I played it at high settings, and the GTX 750 Ti was able to get, for minimum FPS, the minimum FPS was 31 frames per second. The average was about 48 or 50, depending. And then max FPS was about 80. Then Bioshock Infinite, on ultra settings, I was able to get a minimum FPS of 25, an average of 70, and a max FPS of 164. Then for Dota 2, which I played on very high, a minimum FPS was 76, average was about 90, and then max was 118 FPS. So compare these results to the R7 and it's just a completely different ball game right now. On GTA 5, same again on high settings, I was able to get 14 FPS for minimum. Average was 16 FPS. 16 FPS compared to that. Look at the difference. It's just mind-boggling how much performance you can get for just a small amount of money. And then the max FPS was 27. Then, let's move on to Bioshock Infinite. Again, on ultra settings, the minimum FPS was 6. The average FPS was 19. And the max FPS was 25. Can you believe that even the max FPS can't reach 30? And the funny thing is, the max FPS here is the exact same as the minimum FPS here. Then finally, Dota 2. Sorry, I just want to focus. Okay, focused. Dota 2 minimum FPS was 30, average FPS was 35, and max FPS was 40. So I feel like Dota 2 did the best out of all because it kept a constant 30 and above. So that was at least semi-good and satisfying. It was, you could play that. It was playable. That's one of the things. So just to wrap this up, I feel like you can get a lot more performance just if you spend just a bit more money. I experienced quite a lot of problems doing the benchmarking with this card, as it crashed during the GTA benchmarking. I had to redo it. It crashed and my computer had to repair. It gave me a blue screen for some reason. And then after it crashed and I started it up, it just couldn't start for like 5 minutes and it suddenly started up, which means it's not really a reliable card. Anyway, so the 750 Ti is miles better than the R7 in terms of every aspect. So I feel like this is going to wrap the video up. I will have the link for the GTX 750 Ti and R7 in the description so you can see the prices and how they change according to time. And I'll also have the specs for my computer, which is right here. I feel this is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. See ya.